Good morning, everyone. I am Corinne Braxton, and today is July 19th. I am coming to you from Bozeman, Montana, and we have some really fun projects I'm going to show you today. I really had fun creating them. I took an online class from Kindest in Michigan. And hey, Linda, good to see you this morning. Anyway, I really learned a lot from her. I always do. Hey, Kathy. And these are my own ideas, and they were really fun to create. Good to see you this morning, Kathy and Linda. You girls were right on. I was just like 30 seconds early. And we still have, we have celebration going on. We have 1 month and 2 more weeks left. This is such a I have really enjoyed it. I've used everything I've had. And we have the wonderful mini catalog. I'm really enjoying this one a lot too. And of course, our annual catalog. Oh my goodness, I don't even know. We could probably keep the same catalogs forever and we wouldn't be tired of them. Good to see you this morning, Jan. So I have lots of projects to bring to you. And so we will, Martina, good to see you this morning. We'll just wait another few seconds. Those of you who are, some of you are watching me on Facebook. Facebook has changed things a ton in the last month. Again, last week. And so now, like on my business page, some of you watch on my business page, some watch on YouTube, some on my group. And please, hey, Carla, good to see you this morning in Wisconsin. But please click to follow me again because all of our subscribers were lost. And so on YouTube, click to like, follow, notify, all those things, because I don't know, whatever Facebook does, it gets hits, and I'm not the only one. It's quite complicated. Everyone talks about it all the time. If you listen to other demonstrators too, it's hard to find things. They constantly are rearranging, just like a store would rearrange the furniture. Sometimes one of my sisters rearranges her furniture a lot too. Hey, Kathy, Carla, good to see you in hot Oregon. Oh my goodness, it is really nice temperatures here in Bozeman. It's warm, quite warm, but very pleasant because it's, we don't have humidity. Our daughter and her family, husband and 3 kids are in Spain, northern Spain. They're there for 5 weeks, and they're really going through some hot temperatures in Europe. And there's, no air conditioning anywhere there. So our daughter Sarah said it's really, really hot. And they're not, they're in a townhouse, no pool or anything like that. It's in the old part of Spain. They're trying to learn better Spanish, although it's different Spanish than what they speak in Mexico, she said. Anyway, let me see if I can find myself on the computer here. Okay, there I am. And we're going to start right away because I have 3 projects. 2 are similar. 2 are the same formula, and then the third one is a little bit more advanced. But they are not. None of them are hard, and they're really fun. I've really enjoyed them a lot. So let's close your eyes. Let's turn the camera down. See if I can get this going. Close your eyes for a second. This week, I have a cookies, cards, and coffee this Thursday. And I haven't had a class for a month since I've had COVID. I was supposed to have my carpal tunnel surgery, and then I ended up getting COVID. So this will be I have a cookies, cards, and coffee this week. Next week, I have a Christmas in July and a stamping bingo. The stamping bingo is full. But you can be on a wait list if you want. Okay, these are just 2 Christmas cards. I love this trailer. This is from, the little celebration. This is a free die set with a $100 purchase, and it is probably one of my favorite things. It's called Tree Lot Dies. I think it's out maybe right now. I'm not sure. No, it's not. I don't think it is. I think the stamp set that goes with it maybe is. But it's really a great set. The one thing that is out of step on Celebration are the note cards and envelopes, the little seafoam and pool party ones. And this one's cherry cobbler, and that one's real red. So, okay, we're going to start. We're going to be using a lot of Sweet Sorbet today. This is the shirt I have on. It looks, it always looks more pink to me than when I look in my closet. It looks pink, and then, but it's really sort of a dusty rose. So the first set we're going to be using is going to be from the potted geraniums. Oh my goodness. This is a neat set from the annual catalog, and it is in page 58 in the annual catalog. 58 down there. The bundle is $51.25. It's got a lot of pieces to it, lots of fuss, a lot of little putsy stuff, but it's just, I love the sentiments, love this. Birthdays are reminders that life should be celebrated. Hey, Patty, good morning this morning. I bet it's hot in southern Utah. But that's a great birthday, and it's got a really some neat labels. I love this label. It's got a little piece of dirt right there, tags, and all the parts and pieces for this geraniums. I love geraniums. I love red geraniums. We are going to be using the Sweet Sorbet geraniums. I made this little geranium card first. It's just with our little crumb cake envelope and cards. And then I thought, well, we're going to do this really fun style. So this is what we're making. This is a pull-out card. These are pull-out fun folds. We've done things like this similar, but this is sort of a neat one, I think. I'm really proud of myself for this design. This paper that we're using, well, no, we're not using it right here, but it goes with it really well, I thought, because this is all poppy and this is sorbet, but it goes nicely together. I guess I didn't think it's for the other one or something. I'm not sure. Anyway, we've got some bits and pieces right there. And so here is I'm going to show you how we do this. Set that right there so I can see it. We're going to start and you might want to get your phones ready if you want to do a screenshot or your computers or whatever you're using. And I'm going to go through these directions. I'm going to go through them a couple of times, and you will get the hang of this quite easily, I think. I'm going to grab my trimmer over here, and we're going to just start with a basic card. It's 5.5 by 8.5, and I scored it in half at 4.25 plus 1.5. Hey, Nancy, good to see you this morning, too. And I'm sorry if I miss people. I try to read, but I can't always see. This is going to be folded back like a Z fold. But it's, a normal Z fold, you would fold it scored at 2 1/8, and it would come all the way back to here. But this one looks like this. So I like to have things deeply creased. Okay, and then we're going to take a piece of designer paper, and these are from the In Color 6x6 DSP, whatever they're called. I'm not sure. Okay, so this is really an ideal thing because the paper is 6x6, and I've cut it 5.5 by 6. So I just cut off 1/2 inch. And now I'm going to cut it into strips, 2 3/4, 1 strip, 1 inch strip, and 2 1/4. So we'll do that. And then this one it has plaid on one side, polka dots. I think you're right, Carla. It is hot everywhere. So we're going to do that cutting. The first one is 2 3/4. And then 1 inch. Whenever you're cutting, you make sure you always, I was teaching my grandson Jack this weekend, make sure you always put your paper to the lip right there, or at the bottom lip, and then the last piece is 2 1/4. My little grandson Jack was so sweet. He has been wanting to use my big Carl cutter for years. He's going to be in 6th grade this year, and I thought, well, maybe he could learn he knows fractions, and I can help him. So we did this, and he did really well. He was very, because it's really hard to get people to cut paper straight and to accurately. And I know carpenters have a hard time, or the man who's contractor for our house said he has a hard time getting carpenters to cut wood straight. Anyway, this is how it's all going to go together. We are going to take, this is 4 by, maybe I have it written there. No, I guess I don't. Just a normal mat, 4 by 5 1/4. And this goes right here. And I'm going to, and that piece is going to go there. The 1-inch strip is going to go there. And then this one is going to go on like that. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to start it. I'm going to do this one first. And I'm just going to, oops. Sort of get that one out of the way. I love the plaid. I love this. I really like this DSP. I've used several packages already. Okay, that's going to be our inside piece now. Now, on the outside, what we're going to do is it's going to attach like this, but we're only going to put a little bit of adhesive on right there. And I'm going to just give it just a little good smooch right there. And we want it to leave a nice border right there on the end. Okay. And now we're going to open this up. We could put it like this, but we're going to make it all the same. You can do whatever you want. You can mix and match. I'm just going to give it a little bit of room by that, that edge. I want to make sure we have 1/4 inches around. Okay, now this part is going to get attached here. And we want to make sure that it's covered up, that we don't see that white. See, you don't want it to be out here like that. That would look sort of silly. So we want to make sure that it's all completely straight. Oh, just ran out of my adhesive. I'm usually pretty good about checking that before I start a class. Okay, just lift this up. And, there's all kinds of that gooey stuff. I just lift those out of there. And I throw that away. And I just take that little piece and wad it up. And then I get my, these are refills. I always cut them like that and throw it away. I don't keep that at all. And then we just pop it back into it's just so super. I love this type of adhesive. Then give it a little start. And then it is finished. So, you know what? I think there's a little white edge right there. I'm going to give that a little. It sort of bugs me to see that on there. So now we're going to put this in here as close as possible. There. And it covers it up just like that. Isn't that nice, the way that works? And opens up like this. We've done things like this before. And looks like I've got adhesive all over this piece of marble paper. And let's see what else we have here. Oh, let's see once we're going to do our, then this is a scallop from the, let's see if I can find it. Oh, it's from the Color and Contour. That's this set right here. Here is that die right there. Really nice one. This was just sort of an afterthought for me. I just thought the card, it didn't really need this, but I just thought, oh, I've got some of these cut. It's sort of fun. So I'm going to just put that like that. I'm going to attach that. And we want to make sure that this is going to, the scallop is going to be the right, I'm just taking it right up to the edge there. Okay, let's see if that's how that turned out. Yep, pretty good. Now I'm just going to cut that off. Whenever you're trimming things, it's always better to trim from the back. You get a straighter cut. There you go. That's a sort of a forgotten piece of edgelet. And we can also put in a piece right there. You can turn it over and do that side. But I think we'll just keep it all the same. You wouldn't have to do this, but it just gives it a little, just have an extra piece right there. And I think we'll do that. It just looks sort of pretty. Again, turn it to the back. Give it a snip. There we have that. And I'm going to give it a good, I sort of bent my paper there when I folded it back. And there we have that. And now we're going to put on our little the little pieces. We're going to do some stamping. And we're going to set that aside. We are going to come in with our piercing mat. And let's see once here. We're going to I've got a label cut already. Here it is. And we're going to stamp on that. We're going to stamp. What do you think? Do you think I should use the crumb cake little mat label stake for the pot, or the white one? Which do you want me to use? The crumb, it's not crumb cake, it's craft paper, or white for that. And we're going to do some stamping on this little geranium part. So let's bring in our colors, and we're going to do our red first. Stick that right in there so you don't lose it. My red ink is the Sweet Sorbet. And here's that beautiful sentiment. Birthdays. You want to make sure that we stamp with the piercing mat, because our photopolymer, they do not have any foam underneath. So now we'll put that aside, and we will stamp the inside of our card. Oops. I don't think I have any black ink today, but we do have this, it's a little sticky goober right there. There's a little bit of ink right there for my fingernail, maybe. Finger polish. This is a mono eraser. You can get these on Amazon. They're a sand eraser. And this is just the perfect width for that. Wishing you the happiness today in all ways. And that part's done. And let's see, now we're going to do, this is the geranium. Now watch this part of it, and I will zoom in a little bit, I think. Let's see if I can move it up a little bit there. What did you tell me? Craft? Do you want me to do the craft or the white on this one? So you tell me that. So first I'm gonna do these two. These are the geranium flowers, and one is sort of the background and one's the detail. I'm gonna do the detail first. And you know, you probably would stamp and then die cut. You know what? And that's what I did the first couple of times. But because I'm on camera, it's just easier to do this. You could use your stamparatus, but it's easy to see this. See, there's the stamp. Okay. And you see how detailed that is? Okay, now I'm going to use my grid paper on this. This is the background, and I'm going to stamp off, give it a good stamping off, and then I'm going to go in there and fill it in. And it gives it a little bit of pink around the edges. It's really nice. I'll show you that again. So we're going to, first of all, we're going to stamp the detail. Then we're going to stamp the background. We're going to stamp off and give that some color now. I'd like to be able to stamp with the same ink color and then just do a different generation of it. Okay, now, what did you think about, hey, Lisa, good to see you this morning. You know, I know my voice is still sort of raspy. Anyways, we were having lunch the other day with some friends of Terry's, and this man is from, the man is a boat salesman that we've known for 10, 15 years. And he said, "Oh, your voice is really sexy." And I thought, "Oh, that's funny." He's from South Africa. I'll do a white one. Here's the white label. And here is the crumb cake. Well, no, it's craft. It's not crumb cake. It's similar to crumb cake, but craft is slightly different. It's heavier. And so now you tell me which one. And this one says, oh, upside down here. Let's see. It's going to say, "Just for you." I think on the one I did previously, I did smile. Just for you. There we go. And I think we're done with that. And I'll show you how we do the leaves. The leaves are the same way. I don't know that we're going to use those, but we'll put that aside. And where is our little piece now that we're going to do? Let me see what's here. Our little scallop piece. I think I found it here. Yes, there it is. So here we go. We're going to do evergreen. I just think I like the deepness of this evergreen color. Okay. Hey, Jeannie, good to see you this morning. So first we're going to stamp the leaves in this evergreen right in about the middle of the card. Just going to put them like this, leaving a little bit of room for my geraniums on top. That's not pretty. It's not a pretty stamp, and it's very detailed. Now I'm going to stamp. This is the background part of it, and I'm going to stamp it, ink it up, and now I'm going to stamp off onto my grid paper, and now I'm going to place it over there. And oh my goodness, I love that look. It has such a nice variegation to it, excuse me. And so we're almost ready to put our card together. So we'll put that right there and set that mat right there. And now we're going to put our geraniums on up here. We're going to put those on with some dimensionals. I rearranged things a little bit the other day in my desk space. You know how we stampers are. We're always rearranging craft rooms and trying things to make things better. Take your pick tool to get I like to do it this way because I have a little trash thing right here. It looks like this. You can get them in the sewing department. They're little bags that hook onto the table. And, I've had this for years, but you can get them at Hobby Lobby, it's always in the sewing department. Anyway, that's where that goes. Now there's a little bud right there, and we're going to put these right above that because on geraniums, those hang down a little bit. And now we're going to take our crumb cake ink, and let's see if I have a pot. And I don't see one in my envelope, but I have a whole package right here of die cuts. And we'll take one of those out of there. We've got a rim, and we've got the bottom piece. And now I'm going to take my little sponge dauber, and I'm just going to, edge it. There's a really nice stamp, a 2-part stamp for the pot. I like this look of edging it. I don't know, I just did it. I also stamped it, and it looked nice too. And then this part, I'm just going to do the same thing. Give it a good edging. You could use your sponge brushes. I think the dauber works just a little nice for doing some edging. You don't need much. So we'll put that out of the way. And now in just a second, you're going to tell me if you want the craft tag, or the white tag. So, the craft or white. I'm going to use just a little bit of Tombow right there. And put our pot on. And we're going to put some dimensionals on that piece. There we go. Lift those off. And then we're just going to put this on. Now, of course, we could put the flower, the green foliage part could have been on a separate thing too, but you know, you can do whatever you want. Now, what do you think? What are the vote? What's the vote on this? Let's see if I can. What color do you want? Do you want to? Should I do it with the crumb cake like that, or the craft? That's the craft, and there's the white. What do you think? Craft or the white? And now I'm going to just glue this on with my stamping seal. This is really a great adhesive. I really enjoy it a lot. So I'm just putting it on like that. And what did you all decide? Let's see once. Do I see any comments? Craft or white? And then I'm going to put this on right here. It's going to be our little pull tag. And I am going to use my Seal Plus. This is the dark blue one. And I'm just going to do real lightly because this one is sort of, for me, it's temperamental. I have to be careful I don't go too heavy-handed. You always want to go sort of backwards like that. Okay, that's going to go off to the side. And I am going to put it on to make sure it's nice and straight. I better get my grid paper so I can get, I like to always line things up with the grid paper. And there we go. That looks pretty good. Now, white. Okay, I see white, so we're going to do white. We will do white. And we're just going to slide it in there like that. I'm going to put a little adhesive on that. Slide it in, tap it down. And there is our card. Let's see, we need a few little butterflies on this. Oh, I have to tell you. So, this is my original card. No. Yeah, I got some ink way over here on the outside. That's why there's a butterfly over there. And I did another one, and I got like, oh my gosh, my finger is cut, and I'm bleeding, and it's on the card. I go like, oh my gosh. So I was able to cover it up with a good-sized butterfly, but anyway, we'll put that one, be right there. We'll do another little, make that in a triangle, and one right down here. There we go, and there's our card. Birthdays are reminders that life should be celebrated. Isn't that a nice card? And not too terribly hard either. I made it harder by putting that scallop in there, but that was something I hadn't done before, and it looked sort of fun. So here's the other one, and let's see. I guess I don't have an envelope for this, but I could do this one. We can do that. I thought I had that plaid one, but that's for a different card. So whenever you do the envelopes, if you haven't seen this before, I do it quite a bit. I put a bunch of adhesive on, just a couple rows of it, right along the edge. Then I cover up, should we use the plaid this time? We'll use the plaid one. I put it right to the seam like that. And then I take my large scissors. I always like using, you can use your paper snips, but I like using a large one for fast cutting for large lines. And then it's like that. And how fast and easy was that? And here is our card now, just like that. Isn't that pretty? So, okay, let's put that aside. And next, we will do the same card. We're going to do the same card. These little gnomes. I'm going to zoom out a little bit there for you. There we go. I'm going to put these other little pieces aside so I don't lose those. I have a little bag of stamped pieces. So, okay, those go there. And the Kindest gnomes, I'm not going to do all the stamping and coloring and all that because I want to show you more of the basics of the card. Kindest gnomes, literally, this is my favorite set of the catalog. I have loved it. I could use it over and over and over. I love stamping it. I love coloring it. And And it has nice dies that cut out the paper, and they cut out the DSP and the stamps. And so I used on this one, do you see these little tiny snowflakes right there? Those come from this stamp set called Christmas Lights. It's from this big mega suite in the catalog. And then the gnomes themselves are on pages 42, 43. And they're just as cute in this paper. Oh my goodness. I love that paper. Can't get enough of it. And let's see, this is how it's going to go together. We're going to make one that's slightly different. This little one is made out of navy and soft suede. I colored in with my blends. This is all DSP that comes with that storybook gnome set. This little girl gnome I colored in with crumb cake. Changed that up a little bit. This is balmy blue. But do you see how you open it and you see the same pattern? And here it is. Here's the, I didn't put a greeting in there. You do have to be careful. You can make this smaller if you want to cut it if your greeting doesn't fit in there. Okay, so this is how we're going to do this one. And this is from the Storybook Gnomes, this really cool paper. Love that. I love this is the one that cuts out the dies, cut it out. This one you have to fussy cut the mousse. There's snowflakes, little mushrooms. This is the winter paper. Just love every bit of this. I'm doing a gnome class. I think it's August 4th or something like that. Okay, we are going to take our pieces out, and it's going to be like sort of like the first one. It's going to be even easier, actually. So we have our base of our card is Pool Party, and we have 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4 and 1 1/2, and that's that right there. And here is our white piece on the inside. That's 4 by 5 1/4. And now I've already die cut I cut this piece. This is what it looks like. I thought I'd try something different. At 2 inch, 1 inch, and 2 1/4. And this is, so what I'm going to do here is the largest one is going to go on the front like this. Now we could do it like that too. That's quite pretty. But I just want to show you about the pattern is my purpose of this and how you want to carry the design over. So we're going to do that. It's going to put a little bit of adhesive right along the edge. Now we're going to put it on like this. I'm going to open it up. The skinny little one is going to go on next. I'm going to put it right down here. So we have it, see the mousse is carrying over. You want your pattern to carry over. And so I kept it all the same. And then this is going to go right on this white piece. And there we go. And that one's going to go on there. Now this is where we have to be careful that we don't show our piece. So I want to get it close to the edge there, right like that. Let's see if I can, yep, I think that's going to be good. And you want to make sure your edges all align. And there we have it. And look at that on the inside, cute. And then we're going to take, I've already done this coloring, but I stamped on this is a, it's a stitched square, and it is 2 1/2. 2 1/2, and then this Pool Party is 2 5/8 by 2 5/8. And this is going to go on like this. Actually, I think, you know what I think? In retrospect, I think the other side, this side would have been prettier than this. Oh well, it's too late now. So, my purpose was to whoops, see that's what happens if you dig in too hard. You have to be very gentle and go backwards like that, gentle and backwards. And but anyway, but it's still a pretty pattern. It's not as pretty as the other side with this. It's a little busier. So I'm going to put it right just about like that. And there we have that card, and we can put a few gems on there. And these are the iridescent ones that I'm going to use. I think they work out nicely for the snowflakes, the iridescent rhinestones. Well, I love our regular rhinestones. I didn't even know we needed iridescent ones, but they're just beautiful, and I like them better than anything now. Just put a few of those on right there like that. And I don't know how Stampin' Up! Always comes up with things that they know we're going to like, and we're going to want more of them. Let's see once. I'm going to put I have a little bag here of some things that I fussy cut. I don't mind fussy cutting. So I just did a few little things. Now let's see what we have. Well, the moose is going to be too big right there, I think. And here's the little deer. That could go right there. Or we could do let's see once here. Hey, Lisa. Oh, thank you so much. There's the deer. What do you think? Tell me what you like. There's the little fox. Oh, here's the little fox sitting up. And there's the little bird right there. We have a little bird and a fox. Which one do you think? I'm going to say either that little fox or this deer. What do you think? What would be your first choice on this one? Why don't you type that in? And isn't that a cute card, though? Very, very fun. Easy too. What do you think? What did you tell me here? Let me see. Fox. I see a fox. Let's see one's here. Fox, fox, fox. Okay, fox wins. Good. Thank you for your help. We're going to put that in there. I knew it was a good idea that I did some fussy cutting. Isn't that sweet? Just like that. And there's a little, you could put a greeting right there. Oh, you could do, where did I put my little stamping, my birthday greeting one? I was going to do, let's see, it's sending you smiles. That one, not quite fit, but anyway, you get the idea. You don't need to have me choose a sentiment, but you get the idea, and there it is. Isn't that sweet? Thank you so much. Let me move this out of the way, and now the last one's going to be different, but it's a little bit of a takeoff on the first couple. So, as I said, I learned this all from Kindest, and she gave us the bones, the measurements for the bones, and then we all just, her online course is once a month. It's called All Good Card Club. And it's like $15 in it, but I really learn a lot from her. So I really enjoy it a lot. Look forward to it each month. Let me see if I can find my bone folder here. There we go. You want to give that a good crease. That's a key to it is you want to be able to open it up. It's nice to see the other side like that. Isn't that cute? Okay, there it is, and here are the other ones with the gnomes. This is the little boy gnome, the little girl one. I love this paper. This paper on the other side has the gnomes. I don't like to use too much of it because this is the one that we can die cut all those gnomes out. It's a must-have set of paper for sure. Okay, we'll put those aside, and now we'll do our last card. We're going to use these two stamp sets. The Sunny Splash, you've seen me use this before. Love these little vintage swimming suits. They're so cute. Just, I can't stop stamping them. And we hardly ever go swimming because we just don't have a lot of places to swim in Montana. But not like where most of you live, where you can go to the ocean or a lake or a river. But this Very Best Occasions, this one's from the annual catalog. Very Best Occasions, I don't know. I don't know if it's in the annual. I'm going to look right now in the index. Very Best, it must be in the mini. Oh, and it is a wonderful, wonderful stamp. Very Best Occasions. It is on page 68. Here it is, and it goes with a new punch that we have. It's a I don't know what you call those punches, but I have it. It's across the room from me, but it makes different edges. But this stamp, you don't have to buy it with the punch. You can. The bundle is $41.25, but the stamp is fabulous. It's got Christmas, birthday, thank you, just in different fonts to use. So that's what we're using. And here we go. So let me move this out of the way. And we'll get started. We are again, we've been using on the other cards too. I used those squares, the stitch squares, and on this one, we're going to use the stitch squares again. I have two sets of these. These are called the stylish shapes. Oh my goodness, they're like the must-have of any catalog. So this is what I made. I came up with this design, and again, we're using the Sweet Sorbet, which is pretty close to what I'm wearing. Not exactly. I wouldn't normally wear long sleeves right now, but that's all I could find in my closet. This is what I made. So this pulls out like this and like that. And these are easy, because you know me, I do not like fun folds that are hard. I like easy things that I can duplicate quickly. So this is what we're making. And here we go. We're going to start with our basic pieces. And we're going to take, we have this is Sweet Sorbet and this is Orchid Oasis. So on this one I did Starry Sky, and I thought, oh, it would be fun to do Orchid Oasis too. So I've already die cut. So this is just a regular side folding card, 5.5 by 8.5, scored down the middle at 4 1/4. And then I die cut a square out. I'll save this square. I did the same thing on the red one, on the Sweet Sorbet. So we could do that. And so this is the directions, just a regular 5.5 by 8.5, scored down the middle. And set those aside. But the key is doing this part of it. So this is going to be, this is sort of like a little bit like when we do a pop-up card. I love doing pop-ups. So I'm taking a piece of white paper. It's slightly smaller. It's 5 1/4 by 8 inches. So it's going to be, when you put it inside the card, it's going to leave an edge like this. So it's slightly smaller, 5 1/4 by 8, and then I scored it 4 plus 2. And then I'm going to fold it back like this. So it's like a Z fold. Now, ladies, I will have all of these measurements written up, typed up, and on our group and on our Facebook and on YouTube. And on YouTube, you have to look at that little arrow underneath the picture. You click on that. And don't forget to, like I said in the beginning, because Facebook has changed so many things, please follow, please like, please subscribe, and all those things. You probably have done that before, but you have to do it again because we've lost all of our subscribers. Like, I had over 1,000, and now I have like 5 or 6. Okay, and this part is going to go in like this now. So I'm going to just glue this in. This is like, normally that would be a Z fold like that, but it's going to be reversed. So I'm going to put it in like that. Oh, hey, Cindy, you're in Iowa with your mom. Well, that's nice. Good to see you here this morning. Is your mom on the video too? Okay, there's our card. And now we're going to take a different color, since we used, when I die cut that, we had the Orchid Oasis came out of the middle, but we're going to put it on white. And we're going to do some stamping now. So we're going to put this on here like that. I'm going to set that aside for now because we're going to just do a little bit of stamping first. And then we're going to bring in our Orchid Oasis. There's our Orchid Oasis and our Sweet Sorbet. Put those right up there. And our Starry Sky. And I do need a little label, so we can do that. We're going to stamp a label and stamp some swimming suits. Let me get my paper out. And these stamps have red rubber. These are cling stamps. So do you see the rubber? The foam that's in there. We don't need the piercing mat for these. So you're going to ink that up and stamp it. There's the Orchid Oasis. And we're going to, this is the cute little vintage polka dot one. Sweet Sorbet. And the last one is Starry Sky. There we go. And now I'm going to set those aside. We're going to, for just a second, and we're going to stamp right on that label. That label is from the same set of stitched, right there they are. There they are. And we're going to use that Very Best Occasions. And we're going to, I think, let's see, once we're going to stamp in the Oasis. So we're going to do Happy Birthday in the Orchid Oasis. I'm not sure if I'm in the camera. Oh, I don't think I am. There we go. I'll zoom in a little bit more. Oh, I'm glad your mom is watching too. That's great, Cindy. How old is your mom? So I'm so bummed I didn't get to go to Wisconsin the last couple weeks. But anyway, maybe there'll be another chance for me to do that this summer. Okay, that's going to be on the outside. And the inside of our card, I am going to put the sentiment, sending you smiles for every moment of your special day. We'll just set that right up there. And I think we're going to put the little striped swimming suit on here too. Just another one, just because we can. It looks neat, I think. And close up our ink. And now watch this. This is really, I am going to dab that with a piece of grid paper because I don't want to, it dries pretty fast. It didn't come off, but I didn't want it to go on here. So that's my thinking was that. Okay, so now we're going to arrange our swimming suits on this, but watch what I'm going to do first. I'm going to just put some adhesive right here. Just going to put it right on that white folded part. This is as easy as it gets. And I'm just going to fit that square back in there, like that. Yep, there's a little goober. And now this just opens up like this. Now, I'm going to decorate that square. And of course, I would have decorated it first and then put it on. But anyway, I'm going to set this down here on the, attach it on the bottom. Happy birthday. Like that. And now our swimming suits. And by the magic of television, I have some already die cut. Isn't that fun? I love to die cut these swimming suits actually. So we're going to arrange these on here. Let me get my little piece of adhesive, my silicone mat, and we're going to put our swimming suits on. We're going to pop up the red one, the sorbet one. So, love these colors. I think they go so nicely together. There's the Starry Sky. Here's the Orchid Oasis. And now we're going to pop up this one with some dimensionals. Let's see once. She's 96. Oh, my mom is 95 and she'll be 96 in November. Isn't that amazing to live that long? Anyway, that's great. Okay. And we're going to pop this one up a little higher like that. And there's our card. And now we're going to add some of those. Oh, I love these. These are the In Color Matte Decorative Dots. Aren't they pretty? I've used almost all the red ones. So I've got several packs. You can see I've done lots of swaps, and I do a lot of stamping all the time. So if I couldn't find it, then I opened another one. And so but I've used up the red on almost every single one. So I think what we're going to have to do is, we still have some, we can put some red right in there. These are ombre. So, whoops. They're different shades. They go from dark red. I've used all the dark red ones, and they got down to the lighter shades. going to put them on, but aren't they perfect size for this swimming suit? Hope that one didn't get quite on the right spot. There we go. And put one more right there. And whoop, keep sliding into the wrong spot. Okay. And I think this is the orchid. Wait, that's the starry sky, and that's the orchid oasis. And I think we're going to put some, we're going to put one of those right. That's a little big, I think, so maybe not. Let's see how the little ones look. That's a little better, I think. I don't know. What do you think? Not wild about it. Maybe it needs another one. Oh, we got 4, 5, 6. And I don't like to do things in even numbers, but let's put another one up here. Let's put a darker one, maybe like right there on her swimming suit. Oops, it's sliding all over the place. Okay. Well, I'm going to take a different one, actually. Slide it off with my Take Your Pick tool. And put that on right there. And we have our card finished. And isn't that fun? The way that opens up, just like that. Easy, easy. I hope you'll try these because they're not hard. And they just get packed such a wow. Here's the Sweet Sorbet, Starry Sky, and the Orchid Oasis. And they're fun, easy. This one looks like the thing is coming off a little bit. And not hard. The key is to put that adhesive, when you close it up, put the adhesive down and then put your label back on like that. Isn't that cool? And you could stamp an envelope real fast just to finish off our cards so we don't have any naked cards. And there we have it. And we have a card and a matching envelope. Isn't that nice? And it's always good to, sort of stay to the left because your postman the meter has to read through here. And I prefer to do it on the left side anyway. Alrighty, let's flip the camera back up and, okay. Thank you for sticking with me there. Oh, I'm so glad you love them. I know I like that fold too. Isn't it fun? Oh my goodness. I really enjoyed it. I hope I will type this all up and post it for you. And I hope you will try these because they're fun and they're easy. Because I don't like hard fun folds. I don't like things that are too time consuming. But I'm glad you like these today. And I think, next week, I already have a plan for next week. I don't usually have a plan a week in ahead. I actually have plans for the next 2 weeks for my Facebook Live. So next week, we're going to do a variation and a little different style, but it's another fun fold. And then the following week, I plan to do some re-inking techniques with, like the baby wipe technique and all that. I promised I need to do that. I was going to do some watercoloring, but that's sort of a complicated thing to do on camera. Well, it's not real complicated, but it would take several weeks of watercoloring techniques. So we'll start with the with the leaves as we get closer into August. So that's my plan. So I am so glad you could join me today, and I will see you next Tuesday. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, take care. Bye.